Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Another day, another scholarship. And today is one of the big ones. We're talking about the DAAD scholarship, a popular scholarship from the German government. By the way, I received this DAAD scholarship in 2018, I believe. So I'm a DAAD alumnus. But full disclaimer, I'm not speaking on behalf of DAAD, but giving my own suggestions for your application, my own tips here and there. This is no official um, DAAD instruction, rather my own interpretation of the application instructions and my own tips. Secondly, another important information is that there are several DAAD scholarships. So DAAD, which means Deutsche Akademische Austauschdienst, in English, German Academic Exchange Service, is the broad church or the broad umbrella where you have several DAAD scholarships. So there's like the one I got in 2018 was especially dedicated to good governance and public policy. It's called the Helmut Schmidt Good Governance Public Policies DAAD scholarship. So this is also provided. The one we're talking about today is also provided by DAAD, but it's the development related postgraduate courses, otherwise known as the EPOS. So it's also a DAAD scholarship, but known as EPOS. So if you ask me a question, for instance, as you're applying for a DAAD scholarship, I would ask you which of the DAAD scholarships. Most people do not know this. They think there's just one DAAD scholarship, but there are several DAAD scholarships administered by the same organization. So the one I'm bringing to you today is the development-related postgraduate courses. Still a DAAD scholarship known as the EPOS scholarship. So let's quickly go through the admissions requirements together. So there are a number of eligible countries. We'll be checking that very soon. And list of courses as well. And eligible universities or participating universities. And a number of the courses there are between 12 months to 42 months. So most of them are master's scholarship, but I think there's one PhD scholarship there. But most of them here are master's scholarship, either a 1-year master's or a 2-year master. Then there's a 3 or 4-year PhD course as well. So for the stipend, for the allowance, you're getting 861 euros every month for living allowance. But if you're a PhD student, you'll be getting 1,200 euros. This scholarship would also be covering your health insurance, your accident, and any other liability insurance. So in case you live in a person's house, for instance, and you broke the person's fridge, that the scholarship will also cover the cost. That's what is known as liability insurance. So travel allowance as well. So you're going to be refunded. Usually they refund you the money you spent on your flight ticket, and usually you do not pay visa fee. So if you go to the German embassy, you present them with a DAAD scholarship letter. They usually do not charge you visa fees, and they also accelerate your visa application. For instance, my DAAD visa application was just, my German student visa application was just, I think, less than a week, about 4 days, and my visa was out. Unlike those who do not have a scholarship, they have to go through the lengthy process. If you have the scholarship, it's express for you. So that's it, guys. And you can also bring your family member. That's one interesting thing about the DAAD scholarship. They also make provisions for family members. So I had this classmate who brought his wife and 3 children, and Dad supported all of them, gave him his allowance, and also gave allowance for his wife and 3 children. So this is a beautiful opportunity. If you want to be reunited with your family, you want to study and have your family close by you, I think that scholarship is one of the excellent scholarships for this. So for the selection process, usually you're meant to have like a bachelor's degree. And for this particular DAAD scholarship, this development related courses, you need to have at least 2 years work experience, 2 years professional work experience. It is stated here, 2 years work experience. And work in a development related enterprise, either in the private sector, in the public sector. And if you ask me, almost every sector is a development sector, whether it is education, whether it's healthcare, whether it's what do they call it? Whether it's buying and selling, whether it's communication, there's always development here and there. So we're going to be looking at the eligible courses and countries now. Let's begin with the eligible countries. The eligible countries. So, and then we'll look at the courses as well. Then we'll look at the courses as well. So countries and then courses. So let's see. So these are the eligible countries. Make it bigger. These are the eligible countries. It's a long list here. Check closely. Check closely. Number of developing countries and territories. You can see Nigeria there already. If you're from Nigeria, hooray! Nigeria is on the list. So there are several other countries, both in Africa, in the Americas, whether North or Central America. You have also some countries in the Middle East and Asia, Oceania. So even some countries in Europe as well. So check the list and check for your countries. Some Caribbean countries, of course, are also there on the list. So check closely. Likely find something that suits you. So let's go to the participating universities and courses. Yes, quite a long list and quite exhaustive as well. So there are major sub-themes. So you have here economics, sciences and business administration. You have here development cooperation. These are the major themes under which you can find different courses. Here you have engineering and related sciences. Here you have mathematics. And it is under the mathematics that you have the one PhD course. A PhD program, mathematics in industry and commerce. So there's other courses here like regional and urban planning. You have agriculture, forest science. You have natural environmental sciences, medicine, public health, social sciences, education and law, and media studies. But pay attention, there's a very big news here in this whole lot of information. Look at the deadlines. The deadlines are quite far away. This is 31st. I think this is August, I believe. This is August. So 31st August 2021. That's many months away. So if you're watching this video in March, you have like 5 months to prepare for this application. So there is no excuse. This is enough time to prepare a befitting competitive application. And very soon we'll be looking at the application requirements. That's the documents you need to submit. We might look at one of these universities here and read through the application's requirements to see the documents you need to submit. So, and there are different application dates as well. So this is DAAD scholarship and not self-funded DAAD scholarship. There are different application dates. Some of them are even in October. Some of them are in September. So pay attention to the application dates. Another thing I want you to pay attention to is the languages. So the language section. So most of these courses are taught in English, apart from few of them. So if you choose a course taught in German, you need to be careful because you have to show your German proficiency to get admitted in the first place. So if you choose I'm saying this again, if you choose a course taught in German, you have to show some form of German proficiency. And I should quickly say as well that if you get the scholarship, there's usually a compulsory German course, whether your course is taught in English or German. There's usually, it should be contained here in one of these instructions. Usually they prepare you exactly as the German course here. Usually it takes like a 6 to 4 months German course, and this course is mostly like an introductory course, introducing you to the rules and regulations, to the culture, to of course the language and every other thing. So even if you're studying in English, this course will help you integrate better into the German society. But if you're choosing a German course or a course taught in German, you have to come already with a German proficiency certificate. If not, if you're choosing a course taught in English, then there's no problem. You can come without a German proficiency certificate, and of course, you'll be doing the normal 4 to 6 months, 4 to 6 months German integration course that will help you settle a little bit. And so for the applications procedure, so there are lots of info here which you can read on your own. Please take our time to read this information. I've noticed that there are lots of information on the scholarship page, not just the DAAD scholarship, either the Commonwealth or the Chevening. So people do not read this information but come to my DM and start asking me questions already covered in this website. So they ask me very basic questions. I believe they should have stumbled across if they've read the instructions judiciously. So most people do not read the instructions and they come disturbing former alums, disturbing other scholars to give them answers to questions they can find on their own. So do not be that applicant that disturbs others about questions he or she could have found by reading closely the instructions given here. So you could read this on your own. So they say something about English proficiency. So most universities will require you to submit your things like the IELTS or the TOEFL, but in other universities they might give you a waiver. So it depends on the university you're applying to. It depends on their own peculiar admissions requirements. So you have to go to the university page. So when I say university page, I mean one of these participating or more of these participating universities. Go to their page, see the applications requirement, and see if you need to provide an English test or not. So of course you present your normal things like your degree certificate, your transcript, like things like a CV. Those are regular application requirements. And usually you send your application not to DAAD. This is another important piece of information. You do not send your application to DAAD, but to the participating universities. DAAD doesn't accept application from, especially for this particular scholarship, that will not accept any application from you. In fact, there's no place to even apply on this DAAD website. You have to send the application to the university, to the course you're interested in. I think you're allowed to select at most 3 courses, and if you're writing a statement of purpose, mention the 3 courses you're selecting. I think it's also specified here. Apply for a maximum of 3 courses, and in your motivation letter on your statement of purpose, state the courses according to the order of priority. That this is my first choice, this is my second choice, this is my third choice. And with that, it seems the courses need to be related, because if they're not related, it will be difficult to prioritize them, to probably closely related courses, or if you're able to argue your way to justify why you chose these similar, unrelated courses. So in your statement of purpose, remember this is quite important. Mention all the courses you're applying for and rank them according to your order of preference. Yes, so we'll be returning to the application. These are the countries as I mentioned. We'll be returning to this one, and we'll be checking. Let's quickly check the applications requirement of this course. We'll check the applications requirements and see how we can prepare. This is a course in International and Development Economics. So there are lots of info here as usual. You read them. For the sake of this video, we'll go straight to applications. And these are the applications. But be careful, you're applying for DAAD, the DAAD scholarship. So you do not want to just apply as a regular student, because there might be special application processes, special probably requirements to put forward because you're applying for DAAD, for instance. So these are some of the info about application. So let's go to applying and see. So remember, you're applying for DAAD, so look for the information that directly speaks to DAAD application. So here it is clearly stated here that for DAAD, You submit your application on the 31st of August 2021. This is enough time in case you're applying for this course to prepare quality documents, competitive documents for the scholarship. So if you look closely, there's also a tab here for that scholarship. So this information will give you a customized instruction for the DAAD scholarship and what you need to prepare, how you need to prepare it. For this school, for instance, they need you to complete the DAAD form, submit a statement of purpose. Usually, a statement of purpose, you explain why you're interested in this course, your academic background, what you hope to learn in this course, and your future goals. How will this course help you in the future? How will this course help you with your future endeavors? And I think they also need an employment certificate or a letter from your employer saying, yes, this man or this woman was employed in my company for above 2 years, and look at his role or look at her role. And if possible, they should state that they will accept you after your scholarship. I think this is also stated here on the DAAD website. There should be a proof that you've worked for at least 2 years. So you probably get a letter of, they call it employment certificate. It could be any letter attesting to the fact that you worked for 2 years and that they are probably ready to accept you when you return, probably for a higher position. Yes, this is it here. Certificate of employment from employer. Proof of a minimum of 2 years relevant working experience. So this is important. And if possible, a guarantee of re-employment from your current employer upon returning home. So this is important. It is also stated here. It is also stated here, guys. So be careful about this. And of course, they want you to submit reference letters. You're also submitting reference letters from, and this is different from employment certificate. Remember, this is different from employment certificate. So you also need to submit a DAAD form. You also need to attach a DAAD form to your application, documents. And we'll be looking at the DAAD form very soon. So here, look at it here. They complete a DAAD form. So, but they didn't do a good job to attach the DAAD form here. This is the form they're referring to. So this is the form they're referring to, the DAAD form they're referring to. This is the one I applied with in 2018 that got me my scholarship. This is my scholarship form, confirmation letter, a document of award as it is written here. So let's go back to the website. So you're required to attach a DAAD form. So there's no DAAD form here, but I've been able to dig one out for you. So I've been able to dig one out for you here. So I went to scholarship here and I found something here about the DAAD form. So I clicked on it, open a new tab. Very likely to be the same DAAD form we saw, or I showed you earlier. Exactly, it is exactly the same form I filled 2-3 years ago. So the form itself is quite easy to fill. Probably we'll go through this quickly. A number of people have also asked me about this form. So for here, it's very simple. You're writing your name. There's both English and German translations, so you won't have problems filling this form, I believe. So your name, your nationality, the category of scholarship you're intending to apply for. If you're not sure, just go to this box and write the name of the scholarship. But in this case, you're looking for, it's likely for a postgraduate course with relevance to developing countries. That is likely what you pick here. You can fill this form electronically, or you can fill it manually. Then electronically is the best, and I will show you why shortly. Electronically is the best. So here it's about regular thing about your name and your date of birth and marital status and things like that, your address, your secondary school, your high school, your college, and things like that. So I think you should also pay attention to this form is also used for PhD DAAD application. So somebody might tell you to state your research, the topic of your research or something. You can always keep that or write a general area of interest. I think that's important to mention. You can write a general area of interest that, oh, I'm just interested in this thing. But for those applying for a PhD, they need to state, this is my research topic or these are my research questions. But for a master's, you don't need to mention it. So here they said you should prioritize the courses you're applying for. If you're applying for 3 courses, you have to prioritize them. The first course or the most attractive option to you will be number 1, then number 2, then number 3. That's important. Then there are other things. I think this is quite, if you have any questions about the form, you can always get back to me. So this is where I talked about research projects in Germany. Since you're not doing a PhD, for a master's, just write your general academic interest, whether you're interested in environment and control of pollution or something like that. So you don't need to write something too elaborate, but because as I said, this form is both for master's and PhD. So here they said name of references. You can add name of your references here and the institutions that they work. And here it talks about the languages, your language proficiency. And this asks whether you've gotten the scholarship in the past. And that's it, guys. I think it's fairly straightforward. It's fairly straightforward. And if you have questions about the form, put it below and I would come back to you. I filled the same form. This is just exactly the same form I filled in 2018. By the way, you don't need to attach your photo. Although I tried to attach my photo on the form, you don't need to do the same. It's not compulsory. A number of people last year were sending me lots of emails about attaching the photos here. And that reminds me, 4 people on this channel received the DAAD scholarship in this year's intake. That's those that applied last year. 4 people on this channel were admitted for the DAAD scholarship. So who knows? It might just be those among those admitted next year. Let's double the number or even triple. Let's even triple the number. So this is the form, guys. And remember the application's requirements or the documents you need to submit. Usually it is regular documents like the statement of purpose or letter of motivation we talked about. And I've done a video already on this channel about how to write a letter of motivation. And I've even shared my letter of motivation, my particular DAAD letter of motivation. I've shared it on this channel already. So do your research, check this channel. Look around, you find it there. Also, how to write an academic CV and things like that. So this might just help you put forward a competitive application. So remember the courses. Remember the what do they call them? The participating universities and the courses. Probably should take another look at them and to clarify. So look at the courses, check closely, visit the universities and see their particular application requirements. And that's it, guys. You have a lot of time to prepare. The deadlines here are just incredible. The deadlines are incredible, quite far away. So you have time to put your documents together before beforehand. So this is another PhD here. There's a PhD in agricultural economics, bioeconomics, and rural development. And there's another one here in mathematics. So in case you're interested in a PhD, okay, there's another one here in International Graduate School of Development Research. So there's also a PhD there. So in case you're interested, take advantage of it. So this is composed of both majority master's scholarship and about 3-4 PhD opportunities. So that's it, guys. I wish you success in your application. So do not suspend this because you think it's far away, the deadlines are far away. Start working on it now. Start checking and putting things together now. You know what they say about the early birds, they get the worms. So do not delay and start working. And I wish you success. And who knows, by this time next year, you'll also be flaunting your award document. You'll also be flaunting your DAAD award document. And who knows, I might come and visit you as well in Germany. I have lots of friends there and who are eager to entertain me when I come to visit. Probably by this time next year, you're also warming up to join our friends in Germany. And take care, guys. Until next time, stay motivated. See you at the top. Bye-bye.